This podcast is with Rachael Kinnick, Executive Director of the Grinnell Chamber of Commerce, about things that the Grinnell Chamber is organizing and events going on in Grinnell. It's sponsored by Grinnell State Bank with 4 convenient locations, not only in Grinnell, but in Johnston, Marengo, and Polk City. I'm looking at their website, and they have convenient online and mobile banking available. You should check out all their options that make banking fit into your life. If you're not a customer yet, you can get started and open your accounts in just 15 minutes. If you're not sure what you need, check out Simply Banking and open your accounts online or in person at any of their 4 locations. They have financial advisors, loan officers, and insurance agents working under the same roof. You can get MasterCard debit cards, and there are no monthly fees on debit cards at Grinnell State Bank. Time for another Out and About with Jamie Grout, and this podcast is all about what is going on in Grinnell. And if you want to know what's going on in Grinnell, all you have to look to is the website for the Grinnell Chamber of Commerce. And to tell us what's going on with the Chamber and what's going on in Grinnell is the Executive Director of the Grinnell Chamber of Commerce, and that would be the one and only Rachael Kinnick, who I've had the opportunity to chat with on many occasions, both at the radio station and on my podcast. And first of all, Rachael, let's address what's going on with the Chamber these days and all the events you have.
Yeah, this is gearing up to be a busy time of year. Our winter season is a little quieter, as is normal in Iowa, and in Grinnell is no different. But things are really ramping up here as we enter April and early May. So here at the Chamber, we have a couple of events next week. April 17th, we have a networking event called Connecting for Women, and so it encourages women in and around the area to join us. That event is free. There's no cost to attend, and we'll be at Solera Wine Bar right downtown. So we encourage RSVPs so we have an idea and can share that with the business that's hosting us. But a great opportunity to meet other professionals in the area, and specifically women.
So it's just a networking event to get to know each other, that kind of thing, Rachael?
Yep, exactly. It's just a chance to get to know other people and build relationships and connections that way. So
there's a lot of that going on here in Grinnell.
Sometimes it's personal, sometimes it's professional, sometimes it's both. It really just depends on who our audience is that day and what they want to talk about. So
yeah, that's fantastic. I remember talking to Alicia Blankenfeld about that. Man, 2, 3, 4 years ago, some other events with networking and stuff. So that's fantastic.
This has been a series for us we've been doing now for over 5 years. We started it just before the pandemic, and so it's taken on many different forms through that time. We just hosted a luncheon last week, and now we have our networking event this coming week. So encourage folks to attend that. We'd love to have them. But of course, we're also gearing up for all things spring, and with that means farmers market.
Yay!
So we are less than 1 month out from the start of Grinnell Farmers Market on Thursday, May 8th. You can find us in Central Park Thursdays from 3 to 6 p.m. And Saturdays, new hours this year, you can find us downtown from 9:30 until noon. So we heard loud and clear from our vendors and our customers last year that they wanted market to start earlier on Saturday mornings. And so we've taken that and implemented it this year. So appreciate everyone helping us share that message and paying attention that we'll start 30 minutes earlier on Saturday mornings. But again, at the corner of 4th and Broad, downtown Central Park. So mark your calendars if you want to come and be a shopper that day, but also if you're a vendor or would be interested in being a vendor, vendor applications are open now. And so we are accepting vendors of all kinds to join us for the Grinnell Farmers Market. We are a 100% producer market, which means that you have to have made in some way, shape, or form the product that you're selling. So you can't just come and simply resell a Diet Coke. You've got to put something into a product and sell it that way. So that makes us a little bit unique from most markets in this area, but also across the state of Iowa. There are very few that are quite like us.
So fruits, vegetables, baked goods, other things too?
Yes, all of those, craft items, woodworking, ceramics, you name it, we've seen it at Farmers Market, but definitely looking for producers for fruits and vegetables, as well as early in the season, we see a lot of folks who have plant starts, so that folks can purchase those and then take them home and start their own gardens as well. So anything like that would be allowed and permissible and encouraged at our market, as well as flowers and crafting and baked goods galore. So,
but it has to be something you've made.
It has to be something that you've made, yes, directly impacted the end result.
Okay, so, fantastic. What else, Rachel?
Yeah, so that's coming up really quick. And then right on the heels of that is our Mother's Day Build a Bouquet event, which is something we started a couple of years ago. And it's a great, fun way to do exactly that, build a bouquet of flowers during Mother's Day weekend. So on Saturday, May 10th, we have about 15 businesses that are participating in this free to the public event, as well as the farmers market will be participating too. So you can go around downtown, visit any of the participating businesses, collect flowers, and at the end you've got yourself a lovely bouquet that you can share with mom or the mom figure in your life, or just put it home on the kitchen table. That's okay too.
Sure.
But a really fun event, and helps get people downtown and just into some of our shops, maybe a little bit more than they otherwise would be.
Okay, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, those are the big things that we have coming up. Believe it or not, it's already, like I said, April and early May is a busy time.
Sure, you bet. It always seems like you have ribbon cuttings coming up, and so I'm sure you have them on the agenda too.
We do, yes. So our Chamber Ambassador group is the group that is primarily responsible for all of our ribbon cuttings and events like that. Typically, they go around on Tuesday mornings and do that, but they've got a busy April. In fact, they had a ribbon cutting this week, and then I think we have 5 more yet this month. So follow along on our social channels on Instagram and Facebook, and you'll be able to see all of the ribbon cuttings and where we end up. Those are a member benefit, so we encourage all of our members to join us and attend those. But those are exciting. We do also have 2 or 3 really community-facing events that are all happening on the same day.
Oh my gosh!
April 25th, that's a Friday, is going to celebrate the grand reopening of our Walmart, which has been undergoing a major renovation here for the last 12 weeks or so. And so we'll be doing a ribbon cutting in the morning with them, but they're going to have food trucks and activities in their parking lot all day on Friday, April 25th. And then on Saturday, April 26th, westfinch.com is a new ownership of that particular business. And so they are also going to be celebrating with a public open house and ribbon cutting. And so folks are welcome to join them for, I believe, inflatables and food trucks and all sorts of fun stuff.
Now, this is the website, westfinch.com, or
that's their business name. So
I see.
Westfinch, on the south edge of town.
The entire Westfinch dealership is under new ownership?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they're doing a big grand reopening and open house celebration on Saturday, April 26th, with lots of fun for the community, all free of charge.
Oh, fantastic.
Go out, meet the new ownership, grab a bite to eat. Jump in the inflatables if that's your flavor.
Will they let me do that?
I don't know.
Jump in the inflatables?
Show up. We'll see what happens.
I'm afraid if I jump in there, it'll deflate, Rachel.
I think you'll be all right.
You think so?
I think
okay.
so.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you mention the businesses that you'll be doing the ribbon cuttings at, or?
Yeah, we have a ribbon cutting with All In Real Estate, which is a newer real estate agent here that's doing business and recently joined the chamber. We have Walmart, of course, Westfinch, as I mentioned, and then we've got a couple more further forward with some newer businesses that have joined the chamber more recently as well.
Okay. What are the benefits, or some of the benefits anyway, because I know there are many, of joining the Grinnell Chamber of Commerce?
Yeah, there are a lot. So it depends on the level of engagement that you're looking for, but a lot of it revolves around marketing, networking, connecting. Building connections for folks is a big piece of what we do, and really just trying to help our business community, help our community at large. So happy to talk with anyone about specific benefits and see if we're a good fit for helping their individual business. You can always get in touch with us by calling the office here at 236-6555 or stopping in. We welcome visitors, or by sending us an email at chamber@getintogrinnell.com.
And I know you're proud of your website too.
Well, we're proud of where it's going to go.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
So we are in the midst of an entire website overhaul. If you look at our current website, it is extremely functional. There's a lot of information out there, but it's maybe not the best to look at. And so we last year did some community surveying and focus groups. And that was a big piece of what we heard. People said, we love your website. We use it all the time, and it's ready for a refresh. So we are in the process of updating that right now. And a little bit later this year, we will debut our brand new website, which will be even more functional and better, but also include a lot more photography and videography so that you can really see the things that you are, that you want to experience in the community.
And I've asked you this before, but you're kind of a PR conduit for the city of Grinnell, being the executive director of Grinnell. And people listen to this podcast far and wide, not only all over the state, all over the nation, but all over the world. What are some of the benefits of living in good old Grinnell, Iowa?
It's funny you say that. We just today had a luncheon, and the topic at the topic of conversation at the table was how they can travel anywhere in the world and people have a connection to Grinnell. It's wild, really. But I think, the community is, once people have been here and had a positive experience, it always holds a place in their heart. And so they're excited and eager to share that. I think certainly, the community takes a lot of pride in itself. And you see that's resonated here specifically in our downtown, but really outward into the community as well. And we've got some exciting things happening. But we also have Grinnell College, which is a huge driver of tourism and awareness of this place. The college as an institution has students from all 50 states and 50 plus countries. And so, that matters when you're trying to get out to a broader audience. And so I think that connection, oftentimes people say Grinnell, and their connection may be the community, it may be the campus. We hope that their connection is both, that it helps integrate both of those things.
Well, and a lot of people call it the Harvard of the Midwest.
Yeah.
And I just recently did a best of podcast with Ann Harris. And I know one of the things that they take pride of at Grinnell College is their connection to the community.
Yeah.
They work really hard at that, and I want to do a podcast about how they work so hard to tie in with the community, and it's so much to be proud of. And then I have done a podcast. In fact, I think I've done 2 or 3 podcasts with Monica from the Grinnell Center for the Arts. Maybe you could talk a little bit too about the downtown area and also about the murals that people will see in downtown Grinnell when they come to see all the different sites and the businesses downtown.
Yeah, well, I think, you just mentioned it, but the Grinnell Area Arts Center is a huge driver of the arts in downtown and just the atmosphere that is created here with both the gallery, the space that they occupy, but also the space across the street in the Stew. So if you're not familiar, the Stew is a maker space. So if you are a tinkerer, if you are an artist, if you are a ceramicist, if there's anything like that you want to do, maybe you can't do it at home, or maybe you just want a group of people to do it with, the Stew is definitely something to get connected with and to reach out to. But that vibrancy really helps, transcend all of downtown. And Monica in particular, was really responsible for spearheading a number of our new murals downtown that were done last fall as wheat paste murals. Mm-hmm. And they were done, I think it was in September-ish. The artist came several times to the community to speak with groups, and he was amazing. But he said they're intended to last 6 months-ish. And if you drive around and see the murals, you'll notice that some of them are starting to peel, they're starting to weather. That's intentional. That's the type of material that it's made with. But many of them still look wonderful, brand new, in fact. So we encourage you to come check those out. I believe there are 10 or 12 in all.
There's a bunch of them.
And they're mostly right downtown. So it's kind of a fun scavenger hunt of sorts.
Yes.
And so encourage you to check that out, and encourage you to check out the Grinnell Area Arts Council information, website, all of that. They have, right now, actually, they have a community theater presentation of Rumors happening. So this is the last weekend for that. They'll start to gear up with some additional programming, music in the park in the summer. So they too are very busy and gearing up for lots of programs, but truly do help create that vibrancy and vitality of the community that we're looking for.
Grinnell, Iowa, where culture and agriculture
come
together.
Like it.
Thank you very much.
That.
Hey, PR services for free without
put this guy on the payroll, man.
How about that, huh?
I like it.
We have another minute or so to fill.
Sure.
So if you just want to quickly recap some of the stuff coming up with the Chamber, go ahead and plug away.
Yeah, the other thing that I forgot to mention is our new resident welcome event, which is coming up on May 22nd. So we've got a little bit of runway there. But that event is something we started a couple of years ago. We recognized that people feel more connected, are more engaged, are more likely to stay in a place where they build connections right away. And so we intentionally started this event, our new resident welcome, in Central Park. It coincides at the same time as a farmer's market. And so, again, trying to build some continuity and programming there. But it's intended for anyone who's new or newer to the community in the last 18 months or so to join us. It's free of charge. We encourage folks to just come, build connections, meet us, our team, and meet a number of nonprofits and organizations that you can get directly involved with. So anything from volunteer opportunities to ways to give back to the community, to local shops, local restaurants, that sort of thing. Just to, again, to help build that connection to place, not only Grinnell, but the surrounding area, and then ultimately meet some new people too, so that hopefully they can get connected. It's been really become one of my favorite events that we do, because we get to witness brand new people build connections with other people and then come back into our office 2, 4, 6 weeks later and say, wow, now I'm doing this because I learned about it at that event.
It's cool.
So yeah, if you are new at listening, or if you know of someone new, or maybe you're listening from afar and you think, oh, Mom and Dad just moved back, they're welcome too.
Sure.
So make sure to pass that along. They can sign up. We do ask for RSVPs. They can do that on our website, grinnellchamber.org, and it's right there. We'd love to have them join us on May 22nd in Central Park.
Sounds good. And I don't know if you have any details on this, but I was just thinking the Grinnell Museum is being restored, or they put a lot of work into it. And I talked to Ann Igo last year about this, and I know it'll be opening real soon, so get ready for that. And that'll be, I know that they've been across the street for a long time in a house, and they wanted to make this more accessible. And my golly, we're going to have to talk to them about that coming up, because they're going to be doing the ribbon cutting soon. And that's going to be a lot to look forward to, because, we talked about agriculture and culture coming together, but this was one of the towns that first created some agricultural equipment and I think sporting equipment. And Grinnell has quite a history.
It really does.
And there's a lot to look forward to in that museum, too.
It really does. In fact, I just talked to Ann this morning, and she said, we are looking for anything that has a Grinnell story. Anything that has a Grinnell connection. And so I also just learned that they're doing a sneak peek, brand new, hot off the press, on April 26th from 10 to noon. So you can go in, check out the space. It really has been a labor of love for those volunteers and board members who have poured everything into that space. It is remarkable. If you were ever in it before, you've got to go to the sneak peek. It really is. They've done such a fabulous job with restoring that building at 703 First Avenue. So that's free, open to the public. And then their grand opening will be June 27th and 28th. So mark your calendars now for that as an opportunity to join them in getting to see actual exhibits in the building for the first time. So the sneak peek in April is really just to go in, see the building, all the things that have vastly improved and changed, and then come back June 27th, 28th to be able to see all the exhibits and all the great Grinnell history.
Okay, the sneak peek later this month. What's the date and time again, Rachel?
April 26th from 10 to noon.
Okay, so check that out. It's on, I call it one of the main drags.
Yeah, 703 First Avenue.
Okay, you can't miss it.
The official address. You cannot miss it if you come in that on Highway 146.
So much to be proud of.
So much to be proud of.
You bet. And if people want to contact the Grinnell Chamber, how can they do that, Rachel?
Yeah, check us out online, grinnellchamber.org. Stop in the office, 833 4th Ave, or give us a call at 236-6555.
Out and About with Jamie Grout podcast with Rachael Kinnick, Executive Director of the Chamber. Thanks for joining us, Rachel.
Thanks for having us.
Until next time, Grrr, out is out. See ya.